to the community through the years, and there's just so many people thirsting for some knowledge, some words of comfort, of understanding. It's just magical and beautiful when you see their eyes shine with finally hearing someone that understands them and wants to help them. It's so beautiful. And Reverend Deborah Young does so many beautiful practices with healing. She's like having your personal spiritual muse to inspire your soul. For 30 years, Deborah has been a highly respected and gifted international certified spiritual intuitive counselor, spirit communicator, inspirational speaker, ordained minister, and spiritual life coach, teacher of spirituality and intuition, and grief relief counselor, certified master spiritual hypnotherapist, and wedding and memorial ceremony officiant. Through soul readings, Akashic record reading, past life reader, in between life reader, Reverend Deborah has inspired thousands worldwide to gain clarity and find divine wisdom and guidance. With her open heart and compassionate support, she helps you discover how to let go of any fear or confusion and reconnect to your radiant source and open to your highest, most joyful path. Let's welcome warmly, please, Reverend Deborah Young.
I like to stand out front, kind of more direct. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
And oh my gosh, we're going into another year. It seems like we just had, what's in it? New Year's like last week of 2021. So it's like
True.
done. And I'm sure next year will be the same. What if two magical, very powerful, transforming words that you can use in the next year, starting right now, to change your perspective and to open you up to more possibilities of joy? Very simple. What if? That's it. I'm done. No. You know when you're standing there and you're overwhelmed with something and you don't have the solution,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a worry, it's a pain, it's ugh. If you say to yourself, what if? What if there was a solution? What if there was another way to look at this? What if things could be better? What if this thing is something that has a benefit for me? If I'm doing something and I'm doing it, something goes wrong with it, I've learned to tell myself, well, the first reaction is, oh, how could you do that? And then I think, you know what, I just learned a way not to do that. I just learned a way that doesn't work. So I'm basically, well, thank you. I just learned something today, as opposed to, oh. But when you say, what if, it allows you to come from a different point of view. They're magical words. It's like a magic wand that opens up a whole new area of your higher divine mind that's always working with you constantly. It's part of who you are, so that you can hear, sense, feel the solution that's always there. But we're so used to our way of thinking about things. We have a pattern within us, everybody does, of a way of thinking, about things. Doesn't make it so. It's just the way we go about it. So when we step out of our way, the humanness out of our way, and let that higher essence of it come through, oh my goodness, all these things we didn't even know was there as a possibility, and the way of thinking about it presents itself, as opposed to over here, humanness, oh my God, this doesn't work, gosh, things never work out for me, I don't know what to do, this is such a problem, I don't need this thing. And we go on and on and on and on and on, where we could be over here, and all of a sudden we become a different vibration. We open up the possibility that there is something else out there. We're not stuck with the circumstance in the way we're thinking of it. So we want to go into the higher way of thinking of it, not the other way of thinking, going down the rabbit hole. What if this negative thing happens? Oh my God, then this happens. Oh, then this happens. Then this happens. And then forget that. We want to go up. So when something occurs and you find yourself frustrated, you just stop. You totally just stop. Stand still, stop your head, stop everything. Take a breath. Let everything go. And then I have a little technique called CPR that one day I thought I need something to use to help me when I'm spinning around and to calm down right before I get to the what if. So the CPR, I thought, well, what's really simple? Something really simple. And I thought, well, CPR. I mean, let's resuscitate you. You know, you're freaking out. You need to be revived. So CPR, and you can do this yourself with me. The C stands for calm. Calm. And you can take your hand and put your thumb to your index finger. And you want to do this when you're already relaxed several times. You don't want to have to wait till you're freaking out to do it. So as you press the thumb and the index finger together, you're thinking, you take a breath, calm. You can do it with one hand too, I don't really care. Calm. And you just feel this calmness come around you. And you feel that, hey, I am a loving child of the divine. I am not just my human body here. I am way more than that. I possess more than that. The world is within me. I am the universe. I am filled with love, wisdom, compassion. Whatever you want to say to yourself that gets you out of the humanness and into the higher realms. And so you're just feeling this calm come over you. And then the P is for peace. So you take your middle finger and your thumb and you think, peace, I'm peaceful. I have peace in my heart. I have peace in my mind. Peace is swirling around the room. I'm breathing it in. And then the R is relax. Okay, I am now relaxed. And you just feel that relaxation just swirl all around you. And you just basically, you're calm, C-P-R, calm, peaceful, relaxed. And then the little finger, that puts you in your happy place. Whatever that happens to be in the moment, whether you're on the beach, in a cloud, in a meadow, whatever that is. Your happy place, where you're far away from any human worries. You're just happy and joyful and loved. And so you take yourself away into thinking yourself in that beautiful, happy place where all wisdom is there, all joy is there. Everything works out well. And so CPR, calm, peaceful, relaxed, happy place. Simple, right? So when you're doing this, and practice it when you are calm several times, kind of lock into the subconscious mind, kind of like hypnotherapy, you're going in, NLP. So I found this to be really effective. And you can use this, you could be standing in front of somebody and talking with them, and feel. And you can, nobody knows what you're doing. Your hand can be, just pressing the fingers, because now the body knows exactly what that means. So the minute you start pressing your thumb and your index finger, oh, okay, you're beginning to calm down. A little peace coming in. Oh, I'm getting relaxed. I'm in my happy place. I am not with you. My happy place. And you find that you start coming from another perspective. I use it every day in different kinds of situations. Oh, sometimes I'm even driving in the car. Somebody cuts you off, and I hold on my steering wheel. Happy place, happy place. So I was talking to someone the other day, and they were going on and 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 on in a kind of a negative way of things I really wasn't interested in hearing, and I was kind of trapped. And so I kind of had to stand there, but I was fighting it inside me. I'm thinking, I don't want to be here, I don't want to hear this. And I couldn't get a word in edgewise. And so I thought, okay, all right. I always say, who are you? Okay, I am Deborah Young. I am a loving child of God. I am spirit. I am just here for a blink of an eye in human form for experiences and things that can, raise my vibration in a soul way, and then I'm out of here. So what's the highest way I can look at this right now? Am I annoyed? Yes, but let's think of it from not a human point of view. And then, as I'm standing there, I have my little fingers, and I'm going to the calm, peaceful, relaxed, happy place. As I did that, and my happy place at that time, I think I was on some pretty beach. And myself on the beach was kind of viewing myself in the physical, talking with this person. And from my happy place person, I'm more in a divine state. So I'm watching the interaction, seeing that I am missing the true connection soul to soul, because I'm trying to be out of the situation, because it was annoying to me. And I thought, well, okay, you're in the presence of someone that's annoying you, but where are they coming from? And so all of a sudden, I realized I wasn't present with that person. I was wanting to be in my island. But I thought, no, but that was not the experience that I was here for. So I thought, how can I change my perspective on this? And I thought, this is a soul. Who is the soul? Be here. Never be with that person. Where are they coming from? And all of a sudden, as I shifted that perspective, I could see them as like a little girl that was afraid and losing control and not knowing what to do, and just kind of enumerating about it and going like this, and then putting it out there because she was afraid. When I realized that, I was able to come into the real, full experience of that moment in my physical life. Appreciate that soul. Send love, compassion, nurturing to that person, and listen differently. So I went from hearing the complaints to hearing, I need to feel secure. And so then I started listening on a different level. I listened to her soul, not the actual human words of it. This doesn't work. And then finally I said, that must be really hard for you, having all these worries. All of a sudden, she melted. She said, yes. She didn't realize that she was just expressing her frustration because she felt she was not in control and didn't know what to do about it. And I said, you know what? I think you need a hug. Would you like a hug? And she said, her eyes got really big. She said, yes. Oh, yes. So, you know, I came as my spiritual self and my human self, connecting with the soul. And as I hugged her, my heart opened up and I just flooded in this safety, security feeling of love to go into her. And I could feel as I was giving her a hug, and it wasn't, you know how you hug, hey, you know, hey, okay. Talking the other day to my grandson about how other people hug each other. It's very interesting to watch, if you notice. And so I just held on to her, tight, not super tight, but you know, it's not just a hi kind of hug, but it's a healing hug. Yes. As I did that, I could feel her just go, let go and receive. I wanted her to feel safe, that she's heard, and that she's okay, that she's acknowledged. Had I not done the CPR, had I not thought, let me calm down, let me, you know, go back in my happy place, let me go into, what if this could be different? How can I see it differently? What if it could have a whole completely different outcome? Otherwise, I would have stood there, I would have not talked with her because she kept talking to me. I'd have been frustrated, okay, great talking with you, bye. Nothing would have changed. We both walk away like weird. You can use your what if in every situation. And you may want to go through thinking, since we have a whole new year coming up, go through all the different categories in your life. You can start with your spiritual practice. What if I really knew that I was way more than just this physical person here? Because when we identify so much with just the physical only, this world is terrifying. Amen. It's overwhelming. If we realize that, you know, we're so much more than that. We have that divine self, and we can practice coming from the divine point of view and knowing that we are a child of the divine and it lives with us, through us. Well, we are not as overwhelmed by everything that we see and hear. We also have the what if choice. Our lives are not like what's predicted in the negative sense. We are creating our own. And we come from our own power, seeing it the way we like. What if our lives could be better on every single level? What if all belief systems or attitudes that we have that are not working for us just kind of just went away? You know, what if you could walk into the next year with your power of who you are, and every one of you has a gift that you came here to use, and it doesn't have to be some big fancy gift. It can be the gift of a genuine smile that you give to people from your heart. That's huge, huge. You can say, what if I had a routine, let's say a spiritual routine, whether it's going in, I call it interlude, where you're going inside and you're having just a nice, quiet, pleasant time without having to think of all your responsibilities and your fears and your worries and all that kind of stuff. You're just going in. What I do is I imagine I'm sitting under a beautiful tree in the most gorgeous park. Well, I live on the park. I am looking at a gorgeous park, but in my head, it's got other things to it, more flowers. And I imagine that there's a little stream, and it's beautiful, bright turquoise. And it kind of runs through the park, and it has a great big kind of like a rowboat that's all puffed up with kind of bedding in it. It's gorgeous, it's comfortable, you just relax. And as it goes through the park, there might be little angels here and there, and there might be a message for me by one. The boat might stop a little bit, but it just goes through the trees overhanging and the flowers, and it's really relaxing. I find when I do that, I can go deeper for me than just wiping out all thoughts, because that doesn't happen with my mind. But it's coming up with whatever works for you. And it can be a time of day that you go in, or 3 times a day you go in. You can say 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes each time if you want, or longer. It can be saying to yourself, what if I had deeper, more meaningful relationships with my friends? What if that could happen? So you sit down and you think about, okay, what do I have to do to be a better friend? What if this could be better? And then allow things to come to you. How can I be a better friend? Sometimes we have situations with friendships that kind of, maybe somebody doesn't call you for a while and you think, oh, did I do something wrong? Well, did you call them? Well, no, well. If you have someone that you have fallen off with in your life, and you may regret that or feel badly about that. Sometimes we don't need to be with everybody we've ever met, and that's okay, but sometimes there'll be regrets with certain things. Sometimes family members have a falling out. It's like, okay, what if that was resolved? What if there was peace there? What can I do to bestow some peace with it? And it can be something as simple. I do have a family member. It can be as simple as sending cards, which I have done. And it was funny because last night I'm getting the mail, and I got a card from that person, and I stood there going, what? I had sent a card, and I had sent a card the year before. But I thought, it made me feel good. It made me feel there's some peace there. So what if things could be better? What if you could step up to the plate as a better friend? You can take it with work. Those of you who have careers, some have a job, some are retired, some aren't working, doesn't matter, but whatever, if you do have something in business that you're doing, what if you could be more loving, more kind, more creative, more expansive in the kind of work you do? What if? What would that look like? The minute you say what if, the mind starts going tick, 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 tick. Yeah, it does a search. It's like a little computer. You put into Google, what if? Or now we've got AI will tell you. I don't have to say anything. AI will say, okay, we'll do this and this and this and this and this. It's kind of scary. It's like, well, I think it's wonderful. However, I'm not going to give over my own creativity to it thinking for me, or it writing a sermon. I'm sure I could have write a sermon of what if, and I could have looked at it and gone, oh, and presented it to you. But where am I in that? I've lost my ability that I'm here for to be creative. I'm sure it's helpful for certain things. So you're using this what if also in grieving. Holidays, Christmas, we just went through all this. Always a time when we start missing, friends and family members that aren't with us anymore. It's a little harder this time than the rest of the year. So what you can do is, the reason we're grieving is because we miss them. If you're communicating with them, you can't miss them because you're with them. So it's developing how to be with them. So what if you could actually be with them, and you imagine that you are with your loved one, And if you could be doing anything with your loved one, what would it be? And this could be different at every time, or it could be the same kind of thing every time. And it doesn't have to be realistic. If you want to dance around the moon, fine. You know, whatever it happens to be. And I don't know if I've told you the story or not. I do this sometimes with my mother. She's been gone a long time. And she loved to shop, and she loved high tea. And I've always wanted to go to Paris. I've never been. So I imagine that we're in Paris, and that we're shopping, and that we go have high tea at the Ritz in Paris. And we sit down, and my sister is at the table. She's also in spirit. They went at the same time about 12 years ago. Well, a couple weeks apart. Anyway, so they're both there. I can see what they're wearing, and I see what's on the table. We're having a conversation, and it's just very real to me. Now, when you do this, it allows them to come to you because your vibration is high enough to